Hello, I'm going to be talking about the Tennessee coal ash ponds. My name is Stormy Harlan, and I'm presenting this for Environmental Management Summer 2018 class. So let me first start off in explaining what is a coal ash pond. So below you see this lovely illustration on a coal power plant. And basically a coal power plant works by you put coal in, you burn it, and that produces electricity. But some of the byproducts that you can get from the coal power plant is bottom ash, which is produced when you're burning the coal, and then fly ash, which is produced from the particles that are released into the air and that do not get into the atmosphere, but are removed, and that is what you get, the fly gas. So those particles have two places that they can go to be disposed of. They can be made into a slurry mixture when they clean the machines every night, during their normal maintenance period, or they can be put in landfill. So here is a picture of what a coal ash pond, a slurry mixture would look like. It would be a man-made pond that you would just dump this slurry mixture into. As for the landfill possibility, here it is next to the coal ash pond, next to the power plant. So in Tennessee, Tennessee actually produces over 3 million tons of coal ash yearly, and they have currently 18 ponds at 8 power plants. And those ponds have the capacity to hold 87.5 million cubic yards. And 17 out of those 18 ponds are over 30 years old, so they're not anywhere new or current. So for more information where these ponds are located, please see this lovely table. So there's a lot of dangers that come about from coal ash ponds, the main one being the chemicals that are in coal ash ponds. So coal ash pond actually contains a long list of carcinogenic and neurotoxic chemicals such as arsenic, lead, chromium, cadmium, and mercury. And those have a devastating effect on humans, actually, and other biological creatures. So if you look at this figure 1, you can see, for example, that mercury actually causes nervous system damage or developmental defects. And the EPA came out with a study a few years ago that shows that exposure to coal combustion waste, which is what's found in coal ash ponds, actually can cause more cancer cases than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. So it's very dangerous. Plus, there is the environmental effects that coal ash ponds have. So having a coal ash pond in an area can cause significant environmental damage, like groundwater contamination. So as you can see from this picture, that the coal ash pond located here can leach into groundwater, which can go into people's homes or contaminates any other, like a stream nearby. Plus, you can have soil contamination. With the leaching, it can go into the soil, but also it can have wind dispersion of the particles in the coal ash pond that can easily go into crops and soil. Plus, you can have surface water contamination. If the coal ash pond has any runoff it can go into the nearby stream, because most coal ash ponds are built by streams and rivers, which can cause that to be contaminated. And of course, the wildlife impact. As I said, it is full of tons of chemicals, but mostly fish and are the main species that get contaminated by coal ash ponds because of the effect that the chemicals have on them. So currently there's a few policies that the EPA put out back in 2014. They require now periodic assessments of structural hazard potential, safety, and instrumentation of coal ash ponds. They also require groundwater monitoring. So that means that periodically they monitor the groundwater to make sure that the chemical contamination is not higher than the allowed amount. They also required location restrictions, meaning that, for example, you're not allowed to have a coal ash pond on a place that has earthquakes. And they require composite liners on newer coal ash ponds. So if you build a new coal ash pond, you need to make sure that it has a liner so it doesn't leach into the groundwater or into the soil. And you have to keep records of all of this and have public compliance so that at any point of time you could have an openness with the public and that there's no secrets. So this is a main issue because in Tennessee in 2008 there was a huge coal ash spill. Over 1 billion gallons of coal ash was contaminated 300 acres, including 2 rivers. And the official cause, there was a dam break. And the cost of the cleanup was almost $1 billion. And there's, as of this year, there are still legal cases out against the plant over this coal ash pond. And here's what happened, and here's what it looked like normally. And as you can see, the coal ash actually spread. So if there's any questions, please let me know.